What's going on? This is Justice of the Just Be movement. This probably is going to be one of my upsetting video blogs. I haven't blogged in a long time for several reasons. One of which I feel like people ask me a lot of questions, or ask other personal trainers. 'Cause I know I'm not the only one that gives advice on how to be in shape and what to do. And it just seems like people aren't paying attention. If you look back at what you've been doing for the last 6 months, and that you look at your body type today and you're not happy, then you might want to change what you've been doing. I get tired of this politically correct way of looking at life and people saying there's no such thing as fat people. He or she is not fat to someone else. Or there's no such thing as, out of shape people. At the end of the day, let's stop BSing and be real. Fat is fat, in shape is in shape, and everything else in between is what it is. If we weren't so body type conscious or externally motivated as far as our physiques and our looks is concerned, we wouldn't be having this conversation. Don't hate. I get tired of people saying, oh, she didn't work out for that body, she bought it. You know what? Here's the reality. Back in the days, everybody, I'm gonna say everybody, but you had a lot of bricked out women, mainly because they had a different lifestyle. We worked in the fields, or we worked in homes. We were working in dry cleaners. We did more manual labor. We worked around the house all day, so we was up and down stairs or running around the house, so we were doing more. Nowadays, we live a more sedentary lifestyle, and because of that, we have a lot more out of shape people. And so just because someone is in shape don't mean that they actually necessarily bought it. Because there's a lot of women that's walking around in the hood or in the suburbs that don't have money to go out and get butt injections and all that and have a natural shape, that have a body. They didn't buy that. They have it, and some of them, they might walk or run or do something. They're active. A lot of women don't want to do cardio. A lot of men don't want to do cardio, and a lot of women don't want to touch weights. And there's a reality in touching weights that women need to understand. Those females that you see that are bricked out, that look manly, you know what, I'm gonna say 10 times out of 10 take some type of testosterone supplements in order to get that extra muscle mass. You have to go through hell and ice water in order to get that physique. Most women touching weights are not going to get that. You need the muscle mass in order to stretch the skin out, and so that way you don't have the turkey arms and the back fat and the little gut. You need something to take place of the fat, and that muscle is what it is. Now, I understand that sometimes what happens is you've grown so accustomed to seeing your arms flabby that once it gets a little bit of tone, you think that you look like a man. In reality, you don't. You just look like you're fit. And a lot of times women don't want to do weights because of that, and I'm sorry, you need to touch the weights in order to get rid of the turkey arms and the back fat and all of that. That's just a part of the process. If you're not doing what it takes in order to be in shape, then you really shouldn't be upset. I also want to address this concept that people actually believe that they can take a pill, they could take a sedative, or they could take they can go and do a colonic, and they're automatically just going to be in shape. If it was that easy, everybody would be in shape. There is no grandiose way of saying that. If it was that easy for you to just take a pill, for you to just drink a shake, for you to do a colonic or whatever, if it was just that easy, everybody would be in shape. Everybody would be fit. Simple. And if you're doing that, you're lazy. You are not willing to do what it takes in order to get there. Period. And it does take a lot. Most bodybuilders eat very, very, very little fat. They pay attention to almost everything and anything that they eat. A lot of them don't drink at all. And in all honesty, in order to gain weight, I mean, in order to gain mass the way they have to, they sleep a lot. So they're not going out, they're not partying, they're not kicking it, they're not doing a lot of the things that normal people do. In essence, you can even say that if you do some research, most bodybuilders will tell you they don't have a life, especially when they're training. You know, it's pretty much eat, work, work out, eat, sleep, work out. Like, you know, they do a lot. The curve. You know, your outliers. You have a lot of outliers who can eat whatever the hell they want to, can drink whatever they want to, and still be in shape. But that's the epitome of an outlier, is that they do not fit within the normal bell curve. They do not fit within that, you know, inner 80%. You know, you have 10% that are just obese and there's nothing they can do about it, and 10% that are in shape and there's nothing that they can do about it, and then you have everybody else that's in the middle. If you want to be someone that is in shape